Hi. Good afternoon, I think, yeah. First of all, I would like to thank you for having us at this conference and a talk. This is my first time visit to Korea, though I'm familiar with Korea through many products. You mentioned about the LG, Samsung, so yeah, also from TV series. So we have so many TV series in Korea, in Indonesia, from Korea. Also, actually 2 weeks ago, there was a Korean film festival in Indonesia, arranged by the Korean Culture Center of Indonesia. This is part of the Korean Embassy in Indonesia. And there was, I think, this beautiful actress, Park Bo-young, yeah? So I tried to get a picture with her, but everybody's like, hey, you know, so I cannot get a picture with her. But anyway, Korean actually is quite familiar in Indonesia. So I'm very honored to speak in front of many great people here in Korea. So I work for the Indonesian government, which is actually the agency for the creative economy. Okay, the title of my presentation is a growing digital market. So I don't know how many of you have heard of or visited Indonesia. Many of my foreign friends, when they come to Indonesia, they probably confused because they cannot even define how do we look like. Some look like myself, like Melanesian. Some look like Eddie, it's like Chinese. Some look like Korean, but on the other side, they look like Aborigine. You know Aborigine, right? Australia. So Indonesia, the keyword is diversity. So that's how to explain Indonesia, is diversity. Oops, sorry. Okay, so this is how big is Indonesia. So from left to the right, it's actually similar size as from LA to New York. Okay, and we have 7,508 islands. So how does it look at this number? Meaning that communication is really important. Nearly half and half live in rural area, half in urban area. Now this is how many Indonesians. There are 255,500,000 people, 1.2% growth annually, meaning that it's a growing market, half-half, male and female. So this is how we look. There's a need for communication. There's a growing population. Now this is what's unique. You have 1,340 tribes. You have 300 plus ethnic groups. There's 750 dialects. So this is what's unique in Indonesia. For example, in my grandfather's village in North Sumatra, you go about 20 to 30 kilometers, people start talking differently. You go a little bit further, you cannot understand. Imagine you travel to Busan and they speak totally different language. It's like, you know, that's Indonesia. Now, this is what actually will characterize the business in Indonesia. So, this is the digital market. So out of this, as we see the, slides before, 50% urban and 49% rural. So there are 72.7 million internet users, and the penetration is 28%, meaning that the out of the population is 28% internet penetration, and social media is 29% penetration. So this is what's interesting. You see there, the mobile subscriber are more than the population. Population is 255 million. So I have a privilege, I have a driver. he has two mobile phones. I mean, my wife have 3 mobile phones. I don't know why, but but that's how it is in Indonesia. There are more mobile subscribers than the population. So as you can see, the mobile penetration is 121%. Mr. Eddie had mentioned this before. We are very social society, love to exist. We call it exist. It's a Facebook. News is about me. WhatsApp is also popular media for chatting, and you can see Twitter and so on and so on. Now, Indonesia spent 5.1 hours on the internet per day. So if you have 24 hours in a day, means like a fifth of your time is actually on the internet. Now, this is a research by Google. So in 2013, you can see is $8 billion is the worth of buying online value, meaning that buying online value, you buy things from the internet. Projected to 2016 is 3 times, to 24 billion. So let's see by the end of the year whether this is true or not. But that's the projection. Now, before I continue, I would like to explain about the agency, the government agency that I work. So the Indonesia Agency for Creative Economy, or we call it Badan Ekonomi Kreatif or Bekraf, that's in Indonesian, we look after not only the digital, but also the 16 subsectors from apps, architecture, interior design, visual communication design, which is graphic design, product design, fashion, film, animation and video, photography, craft, and culinary, yes, creative culinary, I guess, and music, publishing, advertising, performing art, fine art, television and radio. Now, from out of those, these are the digital content that we are looking after. So the Bekraf is probably the only official government agency, I think, in the world that deals with the policy. So part of our job is to create regulations and policy to help the creative economy grow in our country. Now, okay, now this is the interesting part. So I choose a case study, which is actually currently is the hot business in Indonesia. It's a sticker. Obviously, everybody knows sticker, I guess, yeah. So this is just one of the case study that I'd like to share with you. Okay, Line. I think everybody knows Line, right? Line is a chatting app, actually. You chat through Line or even WhatsApp, Kakao. But now, it's not only a chatting app anymore. It's becoming a massive marketplace. So it's a marketplace for this creator, a business creator. Mostly they are illustrator, digital illustrator, a graphic designer. They start to designing stickers. Yes. Now today there are 24,738 sticker creators who produce 135,906 stickers. Sounds small, but it's actually big in business, especially for young creators, because it also gives Line a great income. Only from the top 10 sticker design, earning about US dollar $5,487,000. And from this, I think 30% go to Google or Google Apps or Apple, and 70% divided between the creator and the line. So imagine if you have that business in Indonesia. That is only from the top 10. You still have 24,000 other stickers creator. Now, this flower hijab is the ever popular sticker in Indonesia. So the creator earning about 50 million, I think 50,251 in 2014. That's a year. I mean, it may sound little for some people, but for one person, for a young creator, that's a lot of money. It's a good income. So this is what's unique. This is what I call the local content. You know, this doesn't actually exist in many cultures. This is probably unique to Indonesia. It's about the hijab. Hijab is face covering based on the Muslim religion. And the story went that the creator creates this sticker just to get him on a workshop, you know, a digital graphic design workshop that he really wants to go. So he created this, but ended up as one of the most popular stickers. So that's how much opportunity there are in Indonesia. If only you know how to get close to the culture. These are stickers that are made in Indonesia based on different dialects. This I don't know what it means, but this is like, I think it's from the Chinese descendant. We have quite a good number of Chinese speaking community. Now this is from, I think this is West Sumatra, and this is universal, I think, hello. Yeah. And this is Central Java, the girl at the bottom here. And these two are from Jakarta. So in a business, doing business in Indonesia is try to get close to the users. And how to get close to the users is to understand the local content. So I'm just going to conclude my presentation. So entering Indonesian market, what I can propose or suggest is that, to conclude, yes, digital content is a growing, appealing market. You can see from the details and statistics that I presented to you before. And technology is growing as well as the population and the economy. I think Eddie and Jimmy have spoke about the statistic on the economy, the growth and everything. Now this is what's important, is to understand the local culture. Now the best way to understand the culture is by collaborating with the local industry. So work with Indonesian local people, and I have already mentioned, you know, how to work with them. You know, they often say yes and say no, but work with them. And thank you. So, kamsahamnida. Thank you.